Thousands of Germans participated in major climate protests across the country ahead of the upcoming federal election scheduled for the 23rd of February. Protests were organized by the global youth-led climate strike organization, Fridays for Future. The group says more than 100,000 demonstrators participated in the nationwide protests in more than 150 locations. Climate activists in Germany say the crisis has been completely ignored and overshadowed by other issues like the economy and immigration in the upcoming vote. Polls currently project the far-right Alternative for Germany party to secure second place with just over 20% of the vote, which would be their strongest performance to date. The party has often dismissed the climate crisis and have routinely called to end all major climate action efforts in Germany. Activists say they're determined to continue protesting to raise awareness to the issue and push for change.
Well, good afternoon, everybody.
Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky met with U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance on the sidelines of the Munich Security Conference in Germany. Zelensky told Vance at the meeting that Ukraine requires security guarantees before any meeting can be held with Putin. The Ukrainian leader also stressed the need for Europe to be involved in any potential peace talks, adding that Ukraine's security affects Europe's security. Vance agreed with Zelensky, noting that Washington is interested in brokering a, quote, durable and lasting peace, and not a deal which would throw Eastern Europe in conflict in just a few years. Zelensky described the meeting with Vance and the delegation of U.S. officials as productive and the first of many to come. He also stressed that no deal will be reached in Munich, noting that any deal must involve U.S. President Donald Trump, who is not attending the event.
A Russian drone with a high explosive warhead has struck the protective shell of Chernobyl's nuclear reactor, according to Ukrainian authorities. President Zelensky says the Kyiv region was attacked overnight and the drone hit the safe confinement of the destroyed fourth reactor unit of the nuclear power plant. He added, however, that although the confinement sustained significant damage, the fire was extinguished and radiation levels have not increased. Russia's invasion of Ukraine has brought repeated warnings of dangers to Ukraine's 4 nuclear plants, especially at the Russian-occupied Zaporizhzhia plant in southern Ukraine. Rafael Grossi, head of the International Atomic Energy Agency, said the strike on Chernobyl and military activity near the Zaporizhzhia plant have left the UN agency on high alert.
Maybe Russia will give up a lot, maybe they won't. That's how US President Donald Trump described on Thursday his initial vision of a deal to end the Russian invasion of Ukraine during a press conference with the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Meanwhile, he's more clear about what Ukraine needs to give up: the prospect of a NATO membership.
Gotten themselves into something, and they said you cannot have Ukraine going in any way into NATO. And I start from that standpoint. I think everybody knew that. Now, if a better deal can be negotiated, if they're able to make a deal where they can do that, that's fine with me. I really don't care. I want that bloodshed to stop. Ukraine wasn't in and never requested to be in until more recently. So that's the way it is, and I think that's the way it's going to have to be.
Europe is cautious about Trump's assertion. German Chancellor Olaf Scholz agreed with Trump that the Russia-Ukraine conflict must end as quickly as possible, but said there must be a just peace to have any hope it may last.
Unsere Interessen in den bevorstehenden Verhandlungen selbstbewusst vertreten, engagiert, denn sie gehen uns unmittelbar an. Wir Europäer sind es, die die Ukraine am stärksten unterstützen, und zwar so lange, wie dies nötig ist und auch über einen möglichen Friedensschluss hinaus.
Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky, on the other hand, said he would not accept any negotiations about Ukraine that do not include his country in the talks. European governments also demanded a seat at the table.